Sorry, y'all. I'm jamming to Gracie Corner in the back. Happy Monday. Hello, hello. Happy Monday, everyone. How are you today? I'm so happy to be here. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. And it's time to talk about the topic of the day. So, like I said, welcome today to today's live at noon. And we're going to work on how to just transition manual. Right. And I'm excited to guide you through this important process. Whether you're a small owner, freelancer, or just someone looking to modernize your bookkeeping, this section is definitely we're going to dive deep into why digital bookkeeping is a game changer and how to select the right tools and the practical steps you can take to transition smoothly. So if you are live, if you are now on the comments, just say that you're here. Say hello. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Lady Construction. Just wait. Let me know where you're at watching from, and let's just have interaction. So, bookkeeping is definitely the backbone of your financial health. So when it's done correctly, it provides a clear picture of your financial position. It's going to help you make informed decisions, like I've always stated, and ensures you're always ready for tax season. There's no reason why tax preparers are waiting for you in the digital age forever to get your documents together. So, however, manual bookkeeping can be time consuming, prone to a lot of errors, and it's difficult to scale your business and grow when you're in manual bookkeeping stage. So that's why transitioning to digital bookkeeping could be one of the most impactful changes you make in your business. So let's start with like the benefits of digital bookkeeping. First and foremost, automation. Digital tools can automate repetitive tasks like data entry, also categorizing your expenses and generating the financial reports. This not only saves you time, but also reduces the likelihood of errors. Like we want to make sure you don't need to be making all these errors because once human interaction happens, sometimes it does come with a lot of errors. We're human, like I said. We have a lot of things that we're doing usually at one time. We're doing 17 different tasks for our business. So this is going to help save you from making errors, right? Ooh, Colombia, I need to go there. So additionally, digital bookkeeping allows for real-time access for your financial data, meaning you can check your cash flow, you can monitor expenses, and track profitability anytime, anywhere. So now, choosing the right software is always the key. So you want to make sure because there's so many options out there. So you want to make sure you are the one that works for your industry, works for you, and it's something that you can maintain. So there are many options out there like QuickBooks, Zero, Wave, FreshBooks, Zoho Books, just to name a few, like NetSuite. There's a lot out there. So it's I'm trying to choose the right one. So when selecting software, consider your business size, the complexity of your transactions, and your budget. Whether you need features like invoicing, payroll, or inventory tracking. Those are the things you want to take a look at. Another thing I do want to add is also if you are working with a tax accountant, speak to your tax accountant and see what they are used to working with because you're going to tax accountant. Once you're digital, you can add your accountant, tax accountant, CPA into your system. So at the end, when it comes down to taxes, you don't even have to send anything to them as far as your records. Your business, they can go in and report that they need themselves. So make sure they understand software as well. You want to probably for us in our company, we kind of only work with QuickBooks. So most of our clients are all on QuickBooks. So online on that because it's easier for us to do anything what we need to do without bothering our clients, business owners, entrepreneur that have something to do. I know the last time we did, but that's digital. So when you are digital, it's easier for everyone to communicate. There's no bottlenecks. Okay. So for example, QuickBooks is a great all-rounder with robust features, but comes at a higher cost, whereas Wave is perfect for freelancers and small business looking for a free user-friendly option. So if you're Uber drive. If you're a gig worker like Uber, TaskRabbit, Lyft, Wave is perfect for you, and this is going to help you, monitor your transactions. If you are maybe you're also like a hairdresser, and you probably rent a booth or something. This is also great as well. So those are the options, right? So once you've chosen your software, it's like time to set it up. You start by gathering all your financial documents. This includes like invoices, receipts, bank statements, and any existing spreadsheets you've been using. So input your business information into the software, including your business name, address, and tax details. When I say tax details, we're basically going to tell them what type of tax software, tax form you're using. So if you're a sole proprietor or a single member LLC, that would be a Schedule C. If you're a corporation, that would be 1120. If you're a partnership, that's a 1065. You're just letting them know what tax code to use. And this is really something simple. You just look at your previous tax forms and see which forms that you put all your business information on. And you can choose that. The next part of the tax details will be your EIN, your tax ID number, which is also as well. And then next step after that is to link your bank accounts and credit cards to the software. This will enable automatic transaction import and make your bookkeeping such simpler. When I say automatic transaction import, you go to the store, yes, like the store, you purchase anything the day before, but like tomorrow, it's going to be into your QuickBooks for you to go and categorize, let them know what the transaction was about. Then it goes into even more deeper. So that's another thing. Next crucial step is setting up your chart of accounts. This is basically a list of all the accounts you use to track your income, expenses, assets, and liabilities. So most software comes with standard chart of accounts that you can customize to fit your business needs. But don't forget to set up the categories that reflect your new business activities. This will make it easier to generate accurate financial reports. Like for instance, there's most of our standard chart of accounts and QuickBooks. They also include things that are not necessary. You might want to make it accurate because you don't want to have a whole lot of chart of accounts because when you're going to categorize, or maybe you are a mom and you were able to get your 15-year-old to actually do your books, right? You're going to want to make sure that they're not having all these options to categorize the transactions. Like if you don't own a building or if you're not renting, you don't want to have rent in your chart of accounts. You want to make sure that's all the chart of accounts. So you're going to go in and look at the chart of accounts and just get rid of things that just not if you probably don't own, having least improvements, you don't have certain things. You want to go through those and see what it is. Another thing you can also do is take a look at your tax return again and see what are the transactions that your accountant is using. I'm not going to say that's a Bible because at the end of the day, I know there's sometimes when some accountants just basically I've seen so many tax returns, but I've seen how accountants would basically just take one number and put it in deduction. So your taxes are accurate, and you don't want to use that Bible. That could be a nice source to help you figure out what your chart of accounts is. Another thing I like to do is I tell a lot of my clients to Google their industry and look at certain statements that they see in their industry. For instance, if you are in interior decorating or whatever, and it's a public company, you will take a look at their chart of accounts, well, their financial statements, like their profit and loss account, and just take a look at their chart of accounts right there, and you can use that, or just Google chart of accounts for interior decorators, and then it should give you like the chart of accounts you're going to need. Or chart of accounts for real estate agents, and they'll give you like the chart of accounts, so you can do that. Our company have a standard chart of accounts that we use all across the board for all our clients, so it's easier for us to communicate with our team and clients. The next thing is voice security is another critical aspect. So you want to ensure your software provider offers secure and encrypted connections and regularly backs up data. Many cloud-based bookkeeping solutions provide these features, but it's always good to keep your own backups correctly as well, because you never know. A company can go out of business, and then now you don't have your records. You always want to make sure you're downloading that. We do it on a monthly basis where we download all of our clients' financial reports and their bank records and stuff like that. We always have it in a folder because you never know what's going to happen in this world of the internet. The crypto is looking out, so you want to just make sure you know what to do. But before we continue, I really want to make this interactive. So drop your questions in the chat, and I'll address them live when you're wondering about the right software choice, how to categorize certain expenses or anything else. I'm here to help. So put it out there. I'm looking at LinkedIn right now, on Facebook for you. I have one comment that I have a comment that did come over via DM from some of my clients and whatever. So the question I have is, what should I consider when book software for my business? So, like I said before, you definitely want to, like I said, that's a good question. So, when you're choosing bookkeeping software, consider ease of use. What you want it to be easy. You don't want this to be difficult. In the specific areas you're going to need, like invoicing or payroll. If you're invoicing clients, you want to make sure that software has that, and the cost, and whether it integrates with other tools. Like, you want to make sure it can talk to PayPal, it can talk to your bank account, your bank, whatever bank you're using. You either have to switch the bank or switch the software. You want to make sure it can integrate with other tools you're using, your merchant systems like Square, Stripe, anything like that. You also want to have that able to communicate. Also, look for software that offer good customer support and data security features to protect your financial information. QuickBooks, overly supportive. They are always around chat, text, email, phone. They're great. They can also be able to help you um, by seeing your screen as well. So that's an awesome thing as well. Zero FactBook, they all do the same thing. So you want to just make sure those are the things you're looking for. Um, One more other question. Okay, the next question I have is, how can I ensure the transition from manual to digital bookkeeping is smooth? So, to ensure a smooth transition, start by organizing your financial documents, ensure all your data is accurate. So, you want to choose a quiet time in your business calendar to make the switch to avoid any interruptions. And finally, take advantage of training resources and support offered by your software provider to help you get up to speed quickly. Also, hire someone to do this part for you and then take it off from there. At our firm, we offer for you. You can do it yourself with training staff, or we also offer a boot camp every quarter. So just look out for the boot camp that we might be doing soon to help you with this transition as well. And that was one question. Is anybody in live right now? You can put your question out there. If you're not live and you're rewatching this, also put your question in the comments, and I would definitely respond. Um, while I'm doing whatever I'm doing, maybe with the kids. I'll still respond to your question. You can also DM me if you do not want to out there. DM me, or you also can with me. But the next question I do have: what are the common mistakes to avoid when switching to digital bookkeeping? That's a great question. And it's a lot of mistakes I make, but most common mistakes include not backing up your data, not understanding fully how to use your software, and failing to keep your records updated regularly. That's most of the common mistakes. So it's also important not to rush the setup process and to take your time to ensure all your accounts are correctly configured from the start. I've even had these issues when we're doing our clients, and then we set up their QuickBooks, we do everything else, and then six to 8 months later, we find out that they had another account like credit cards or PayPal account. If you're missing missing certain data like credit cards and PayPal things, that's going to change your numbers significantly. So you want to make sure you're including everything in the beginning. You don't want to have your system set up and now you have to go back and add QuickBooks, I mean not QuickBooks, PayPal or another credit card or loan that's been heavily used, and now you're gonna have to go categorize it. You want to do it now and get it done with. And then when you are entering transactions into QuickBooks or Zero, FreshBooks, you're gonna go month by month with every different that you're using. If you have a credit card, a bank account, anything that you're using heavily, you want to make sure you're entering it month by month together. So you have Chase and you have PayPal and then you have a Capital One credit card or Amex credit card. You want to do those things, categorizing it 1 month at a time, and then reconciling. It's going to get crazy, especially when you're entering things now. I'll let you, it definitely does get crazy. It turns into a big old spider web. But if you do it this way, with this strategic like matter, it's not going to be that difficult for you to take care of. Okay, so before we continue, like before we go on, I just want to talk about some common pitfalls to avoid. So, like one of the biggest mistake is not keeping your data up to date. So you want to make it a habit to log into your bookkeeping software at least weekly, categorize the transactions, and review your financials. Um, I love QuickBooks because the fact that we have the app on your phone where you can actually go in and like swipe left or swipe right right there on the phone. So it's not like you have to log on your computer. Like you can do this while you're aimlessly, when you decide to be on quick TikTok, and then when that TikTok thing comes up and like, are you still here, whatever, or if you're watching Netflix and that thing comes up, I think that's the best time for you to go and just do your QuickBooks or whatever. You have some time, it looks like, to if you're just sitting there doing nothing all day, to go in and swipe, right? So if you see yourself scrolling on Instagram and TikTok like I do, unfortunately, that's the time where you can go on your phone, switch over to QuickBooks, and then it's going to take like 2 minutes to go through your transactions and like categorize that. That's not hard at all. Trust me. Another common issue is not properly training yourself or your team on how to use the software, which can lead to mistakes and frustration. So the training is key. You can go to YouTube University for most of the software that I do mention to get training. You can also, they all have their own webinars as well. And the best thing about having their webinars, you can actually speak to experts while you're watching webinars or any training that they're doing. And the next thing is lastly, avoid the temptation to skip reconciliation. Even with digital tools, reconciling your accounts directly ensures your books are accurate and reflect your true financial position. I say that like I stated before because it's hard when you are entering, for instance, if you had a credit card payment from your checking account and you made a credit card and the credit card payment was also on your credit card, you might have duplicated transactions some way somehow. So that's going to help you realize, oh, the account one time in my checking account, and then I did it again in my credit card account. So this is what is really good to reconcile all the time. Monthly is key. 3 months, if it's a little bit of like, transactions, you have, I'm saying like 10 to 15 transactions a month, maybe, yeah. But if you have a heavy use of your account, I do that every month. There's no way you can do it weekly with the reconciliation. That's like reconcile your accounts. You're looking to pull the bank statement from your bank accounts, or from your credit card company, and that's when you use the reconciliation using that full statement. So weekly, but reconciling monthly or quarterly is awesome as well. But that's basically it. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. Transitioning to digital bookkeeping is an investment in your future, and it can be a bit of work upfront, but the benefits of having organized, accessible, and accurate financial data is amazing. Like I just told you my story. I went in, I was feeling down all weekend. I looked at my account, and I looked at my QuickBooks, ran some numbers, and I'm like, oh, it took me like 2 seconds to run a report. And I was like, oh, you did great. Like, you did better than last year. Like you already hit your last year number and everything. So it's amazing. Like it gives you a nice little like push, and then it also might show you something that you don't want to see, and it's also going to give you another like I did something different type of thing. So if you have any further questions or need one-on-one assistance, like always feel free to reach out. I am the one behind my everything on my Instagram, so I will see you, send me a text message or DM or whatever. You can text our number as well if you do get through. You're not fine right now. Also, don't hesitate to text me or anything. But join us next time for like more insights and tips to help streamline your business finances. And then till then, happy birthday in 2 weeks, not next week. Have a good one. Bye. Bye, everyone. So,